There's your final score as the Celtics win the NBA championship, 131-92, dismantling of the LA Lakers. That's the scene outside the Garden. Coming up next on ABC, except for the West Coast, stay tuned for your late local news, Nightline and Jimmy Kimmel over most of these ABC stations. For complete post-game coverage of tonight's game, go to ESPN and SportsCenter. They'll be celebrating long into the night here in the city of Boston. And that's the scene right outside the TD Bank North Garden. Just a magical season for the Boston Celtics. And, you know, Jeff, as a coach, you have to be so appreciative of the way they played all season and the way they won the championship. This was a total team effort.
From their first preseason game all the way through the finals, they played with the most urgency, the most desperation, and the most togetherness of any NBA team.
Mark Jackson, you played for so many years and second all-time in assists, so you know what being unselfish is all about, and you know how much hard work it goes into it. And you can see by the way you watch these guys celebrate that you appreciate what the kind of work they put in.
So you get emotional about it because it sends a message to everybody watching, all the young kids. Sacrifice, willingness to do whatever it takes, prepare yourself, and then when the moment arises, what's inside of you will take over. The Celtics, very inspirational and an outstanding job by Doc Rivers.
Meanwhile, as again we said, the Lakers will be back next year. They've got a good young team. It ends certainly in bitter disappointment, but they'll be back next year.
Well, when you add Bynum back to the mix, I think they need to get a small forward. If they can get a small forward that can defend and shoot the ball, there'll be another great run in the Western Conference.
Kobe Bryant, the best player on the planet, but he met some kind of defense against these Boston Celtics.
Well, it shows what you can do when you take pride on the defensive end. I think that's what the Lakers have to do beginning in the preseason. Take a lesson from the Celtics and get it done on the defensive end, and anything can happen, as KG says.
Well, the celebration just beginning. It started early as this game was a blowout, one of the most lopsided finals games in NBA history, and for Doc Rivers, it caps off the greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history. Last year, 24 wins, no playoffs, just the lottery. This year, best record in the NBA, 66 wins, and it finishes with an NBA championship. We're set to go for the championship.
Knowing that I'm 4 games away from really holding this.
He's hurting right now. Celtic fans holding their breaths here. And hear the ovation as he comes popping out of the tunnel.
The reason I play basketball is to win a championship and hold that trophy up one day.
Garnett again. Celtics right now just dismantling the Lakers. One of the great comebacks in NBA playoff history. They come back and win Game 4.
It's always seemed like it was so untouchable and unreachable. That trophy signifies that you are a winner.
Paul Pierce, the finals MVP. Now certainly one of the all-time Celtic greats who will one day have his number retired and hung in the rafters. Kevin Garnett changed the entire culture of this team to a hard-working, maniacal defensive group, and he led them every step of the way in his first season. And Ray Allen, one of the great shooters in the history of the game, major sacrifices, scored a lot of points prior to coming to Boston. Now he's an NBA championship. The Boston Celtics are on top of the basketball world once again, the 2008 NBA champions.